Judge Dredd Megazine 471. Because I get these in physical form, a physical subscription, it's going to take me a while to get it and read it. It takes about 2 weeks plus to get the thing, and then I got to read it, and it's a thick one, and then I got to review it. So I'm always going to be a little bit late, so I apologize for that. But if you are enjoying my Judge Dredd 2000 AD videos, please like the video and please consider subscribing to the channel and let me know so I can keep doing these. We're going to review this using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. Choose the best you can get in any category. This is an anthology magazine, or Megazine. So you get a lot of stories in here, so I'm not going to go through each one and give it a rating. That's too much to do. I'll give you an overall score based on just everything at once. The first story here with this Judge Dredd and this creature was awesome. Love the art in this. Love the story. It's really neat. I love the ending with this guy there. This guy here is like, he goes, let's just blow it up using a nuke, and then Dredd arrests him anyways. He's like, well, you threatened to use nuclear weapons. So I was going to save you. He's like, I don't care. Typical Judge Dredd stuff. Love the characters, love the art in this one. So I probably would have given that one a 10 out of 10 if I was doing separate reviews. The next story in this Meg was the Armitage story. This was the conclusion of this story here. I have to say I was a little bit confused as to what exactly was going on. Now this is part 5, and I think I started the Meg, I think my subscription started with part 3, I think, something like that, or 2 or 3. So I didn't go back to read the beginnings of it. I was really into the story, but I kind of lost what was going on in the ending here. So that one, it was cool and I liked it, but I wasn't dying over it as much. So that one, this one will affect my score a little bit. The next story after this was this Black Museum, this like ghost judge thing in black and white. This was friggin' awesome, man. It was really cool. It's very short, and I just got into it. This creepy judge thing and these ghosts. And I'm assuming you've read this magazine or at least know about it, and you're not really, if you're looking for me to go through every story in depth, that's not going to happen because I don't want these videos to be too long. But this was really neat, this ghost judge thing, and now he's gonna like take care of the ghost world or something. It's kind of neat. You got this also came with Jerry Siegel's The Spider. Now the Spider, I'm not going to talk about this very long because I actually ordered all 3 collections. There's actually a 4th collection that I saw. So this Spider, he's a pulp character, and not the Spider Richard Wentworth, who has got Ram Singh as his partner, and Rita, who's his girlfriend. Not that Spider. I love that Spider. You can see my pulp and serial reviews in the playlist. This is a completely different Spider. This is a villain who kind of becomes a sort of a hero or anti-hero because he wants to be the best villain. So he's taking out other villains. You get just a sample of some of the stories here. They're absolutely brilliant. I ordered all of the volumes and I will finish everything. And I will do a stream probably on this character because I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I cannot wait to share it with you guys. It's so great. The next story was Toxic, the conclusion to Toxic, with Dredd and Scammon and Anderson going underground and talking with these alien creature, these spore creature things. This was really cool. I actually thought this was awesome. I would have given this a 10 out of 10. There is something that's a personal annoyance for me, and I didn't really notice it in the previous issues, and this character probably appeared in those chapters. I just didn't notice it. I'm also Canadian, so my mind isn't wired to look for this kind of stuff. But was this supposed to be Donald Trump? If it is, I didn't get that in the last chapter, but that's really stupid. And this is coming from a Canadian guy who, like I'm not a big politics person. We have many political parties to choose from in Canada. We don't just have 2. And we don't really like our politics to be in comics. And I'm pretty sure most Americans don't like it either. Yeah, this is definitely, I think it was supposed to be a Trump character, which actually kind of derails the whole story. I hate when there's real life references that way, or at least in a way, it just takes me out of it, and it's not in a fun way. There is a reference to another human being in this other story, which I actually thought was kind of funny. But this just kind of took me out of it when I noticed it, so I don't like that. Otherwise, if they would have just drawn the character differently, then I would have been way more into it. But even still, I still really enjoyed this story a lot. I thought it was really cool. This Pandora and the robot trying to get this code. I feel this is dragging slightly. I think they should have wrapped it up by now, in my opinion. But the art is cute and it is kind of fun, so I don't hate it. But I really loved it when it first started, but I feel now that it's just kind of like going too long here, especially with the robot. It's a lot of filler. Department K, Mecha City 1. I absolutely friggin' love this one. This was awesome. These robots that have killed all the humans in this dimension, and now they're trying to figure out what to do, and they're after our boy Esteban. This was awesome. If they do a collection of this or these characters, I really like them a lot. I think they're so neat. You could see anything to do with the judges, I'm right into. I just think that's just a killer idea. The other stories, I'm judging them kind of just on their own. Harrower Squad. This one was okay as well. Again, I kind of lost exactly what was going on. Now, this is the other reference I was talking about. This is supposed to be Peter Capaldi, who you know from The Musketeers, or obviously he was the 12th Doctor and the last real Doctor, I suppose. So that's kind of a funny reference. I don't think that's obviously not driven by politics. It's just driven by someone like Peter Capaldi. This story was kind of neat about corruption and stuff, but it was good. The story's good. I'm not super dying over it. This Dreadnoughts one here, I just completely lost what was going on, unfortunately. I didn't start it from the beginning, and I just kind of lost where I was. I didn't really get what was going on. So there you go. So to give this a final review, it's not going to be a 10. I'm going to give the storyline, I'm going to give the stories a 1.5. So the judge stories I really loved. I loved those stories, all of them. The non-judge stories, a couple of them were okay. Getting the spider was a bonus. Those are great. So overall 1.5 out of 2. Really good. So overall positive, but I'm not dying over them. The pacing, I am going to give it a 1.5 as well for the pacing, because I feel that some of the stories are just dragging a little bit too much, or I lost what was going on and I kind of didn't care. I'm not saying it's the fault of the writers, it just happens to be the way that it came across to me. So pacing was still great on the stories that I loved, and it was okay on some of the other ones. So I'll give it a 1.5. So it's still a pass, above average. The art, I will also give the art a 1.5. Again, some of the art really worked for me, especially the Dredd one, that Mecha City, the spiders art. Getting the spider art, I would have given this a 1, but getting those spider stories, the art to me in that is absolutely brilliant. It's like masterful, it's masterpiece level for me. The other art is standard. I do like the Dredd story arts, the art in the Dredd stories. So 1.5, and I'm going to sound like a broken record here, unfortunately, on this one, but I'm going to give the characters also a 1.5. Obviously, I love the Department K characters, awesome. All the judges are great. The other characters, they're okay. I'm not dying over them. I do like the Armitage character, so that's bringing it up. Again, having the spider issues in here really leveled this one up. This probably would have been like maybe a 6.5 out of 10, but it's going to be much higher because those spider stories are so good. So 1.5 for the characters and 1.5 for the enjoyment factor, which is going to give this a 7.5 out of 10 total score. Getting a 6 is sort of your pass. 7.5 means it's well above a pass. But if it didn't have those spider stories, we probably would have been maybe at like a 7, maybe 6.57, so just kind of barely a pass. But love getting the magazine. I'm always excited to get this in the mail. So looking forward to checking out the next one. Guys, if you like this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out the 2080 playlist. That's it, everybody. Until next time.